The difference between pulse flow and continuous flow oxygen concentrators. Let's analyze in detail. The difference between pulse flow and continuous flow oxygen concentrators mostly comes down to how and when the oxygen is delivered. Continuous flow oxygen. How it works. Delivers a steady stream of oxygen non-stop, regardless of whether you're inhaling or exhaling. Best for people who need a constant flow are with chronic respiratory conditions, heart failure, sleep apnea, or especially those using oxygen at night. Example flow rates, usually from 1 to 5 liters per minute. Pros. Reliable for all day and night use. Works with most oxygen delivery accessories. Cons. Heavier and less battery efficient. Larger machines and less portable. Pulse flow oxygen, also called demand flow. How it works. Delivers oxygen only when you inhale, it senses your breath and gives a quick pulse of oxygen. Best for people with lower oxygen needs, especially during the day or when mobile. Oxygen delivery, measured in settings like 1 to 6, not as liter per minute exactly. Pros. Smaller and more portable. Much longer battery life. Cons. Might not work well for people with shallow breathing or during sleep. Not compatible with all respiratory machines. Quick analogy. Think of continuous flow like a faucet that runs water non-stop, and pulse flow like a touchless faucet, it only turns on when your hands are under it, when you inhale. Why some patients need continuous flow oxygen and others are okay with pulse flow oxygen? That's an important and practical question, and the answer comes down to a few things. How much oxygen a person needs, how they breathe, and when they need the oxygen, day versus night, active versus resting. Here's a breakdown of why some patients need continuous flow while others can do fine with pulse flow. Breathing pattern matters. Continuous flow is best for people with very shallow breathing or irregular respiratory patterns, especially during sleep. The machine doesn't need to detect a breath, it just keeps delivering. Pulse flow relies on the machine sensing your inhalation. If someone has very weak or inconsistent breaths common in advanced lung disease or while sleeping, the concentrator might miss it. Oxygen demand. If someone needs higher volumes of oxygen, for example 3+ liters per minute, continuous flow is usually necessary. Pulse flow delivers short bursts of oxygen, which might be enough for someone with milder COPD, emphysema, or on oxygen just during exertion, walking, climbing stairs, etc. Use during sleep. Most sleeping patients require continuous flow because breathing slows and becomes shallower. The pulse flow sensor may not detect those weak breaths reliably. This is especially true for people using CPAP or BiPAP at night. Continuous flow is required to keep up with those machines. Lifestyle and mobility. Active people who only need oxygen during exertion can often use pulse flow portable concentrators. Continuous flow machines are bulkier, so not ideal for people on the go, but necessary for those with constant or severe oxygen needs. For more information, please contact Oxygen Direct. Website www.oxygendirect.co.uk. Contact telephone number 020 7427 6072. Email tech@oxygendirect.co.uk.